driven to serve.
Folks in San Antonio love a good fiesta, and they love saving money. Right now at McCombs Ford West on 410 West at Culebra, you get both. We're extending the truck month deals, like F-150 now almost 13 grand off. Plus get 8 grand savings on all Super Duties and over 13 grand off Expedition. Plus, every vehicle gets our Ford West pledge. Celebrate and save today at McCombs Ford West on Culebra.
McCombs Ford West, simply the best.
Happy Saturday, San Antonio and South Texas, and all our friends around the world. This is Daniel Gomez here with Daniel Gomez Inspires, and my co-host on our beautiful show, Miss Mari Gomez.
Yay! Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, honey. How you doing this morning?
I'm super duper excited. Birthday month is coming up.
Birthday month is coming up?
It is.
When?
Next month.
Who, buckets or selfies?
Hello, mine.
Yours? Telling you, I lost track of time. I have to say you look beautiful today.
Thank you.
I love your smile this morning. You look very, very nice.
Thank you. I'm excited.
You're excited? I'm excited too. We're excited, San Antonio, South Texas, and everybody around the world. It's a beautiful morning here in San Antonio, Texas. And thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and comment on the comments below. And thank you so much for joining us. And you know what, hon? I just realized.
What's that?
We're 49 days away from our Finding Your Inner Beauty Women's Conference.
49 days?
49 days away.
I feel like we just started planning it.
We've been planning it since January. What are you talking about?
I know, but it just seems like everything's just going by so fast.
Yeah, 49 days away. Wow. And talking about our women's conference, I want to just thank all our sponsors who sponsored us. There's so many to name that if we named all of them would take 10 minutes. So just take a look at on the commercial break, all the sponsors that have made this possible for you, San Antonio and South Texas. And something that we did recently is we changed the theme of the conference. A lot of women that didn't have breast cancer but just wanted to be inspired and just wanted a word of encouragement and empowerment were calling and asking, hey, what if I want to go to the conference and I don't have breast cancer? Guess what? You're invited.
They can still come.
They can still come.
Yes.
And actually, more than half the tickets we've sold already have been by women just who want to be inspired, who feel like they're stuck in a rut. So we're inviting all women to come and be a part of this amazing event. And we changed the theme because we had a big response of just women saying, hey, what if I don't feel beautiful on the inside? What if I just want a word of encouragement, a word of inspiration, just to feel empowered? Whatever you may be going through. Sometimes, women, our daughter just had a baby, Alicia.
Yes.
You're a grandma.
I am.
Wow. Hey, you look pretty good for a grandma.
Thank you.
So I say that because sometimes, women have a baby and they don't feel so beautiful anymore because their body changes. And as we get older, we change.
We change.
Of course, I'm not getting older. Look, I don't look older, but, no. But on a serious note, women and men, we get older and things happen. And whatever your reason may be, you may have gone through a divorce. You may have lost a loved one. Whatever it may be, we want to invite all women. So we're just putting it out there. All women are welcome to come to this event. If you don't have to have breast cancer, the proceeds do go to our nonprofit, the Mighty Strong Foundation. Who came up with that name anyway for the nonprofit?
You did.
I did?
You did.
I thought you named it because it has your name in it.
No, this is all your idea.
Was it?
You named it.
I named it. It wasn't my idea. It was God's idea.
Well,
so,
it came from you.
It came from me?
Yes.
Thanks. So, all women are welcome. We want to bring you out and invite you out. It's going to be at the Norris Center on right there on 410 and Blanco. Right underneath the Alamo Draft House. People say, well, where is it? It's a beautiful state-of-the-art facility. They just redid it. Everybody thinks it's at the old facility where it used to be at Crossroads Mall, which was an older facility, an older conference room, but it's actually at the Norris Center. It's a new building they just built. It's amazing. It's top-notch. We are going to have vendors tables, and I believe we have one more vendors tables left. So if you want to be part of this amazing event and you're a vendor, and one thing that we don't have is we don't have like somebody selling costume jewelry. So if that's you, and that's a niche you want to fill and, bless some women with some amazing jewelry, we definitely want to invite you to message us and comment below. So definitely do that. So how does it feel to be a grandma?
It's amazing.
Is it?
Yes, I love it.
What's the best part about being a grandma?
Get to spoil him and just cuddle him. And then once I'm done, I send him home with his mama. Just seeing those little moments of like just him giggling and just being tiny and just caring for him and bathing him and feeding him and just, that's a lot of fun. And I can't wait for him to get a little older so we can go and do like outdoor activities and just a lot of more fun stuff.
So have you changed a poopy diaper yet?
Plenty.
Plenty?
You haven't.
I didn't sign up for that. I just signed up to be grandpa without diaper changing.
It comes with the title.
But you
It
know,
comes with the job.
this little baby Andres, he just brought so much joy into my heart, into my wife's heart. And when our daughter Alicia told us that she was pregnant, it was a time last October. When she told us, last October, she told us that she was pregnant and expecting a child. And this pregnancy brought such joy to our heart, to my wife's heart, because that was probably the hardest time for you was last October, because you had that was a major 8-hour surgery that you had. And I remember when she came and told us she was scared, but we were so happy because it was just like God breathed a new life into us. God, like, it was a new purpose. I saw you were kind of like down and out. And after Ali told you, you're just like, boom, you lit up. I was like, what the heck happened? And even though you had all these obstacles coming, it's amazing what a pregnancy can do to lift up your spirits, to lift up who you are and just your purpose. Because let me explain, we were kind of defeated. We were kind of down. My wife was more because, of course, she had gone through that 8-hour surgery, which was major surgery. And, you know, it's hard because you're going through the rehab. You're going through the doubts in your mind. You're wondering, you see yourself in the mirror, and it's like, Andres changed our lives.
Yeah, he sure did.
So
it was a lot of fun.
So for those of you out there in San Antonio, you've invited us somewhere this past month or so, and we haven't gone because pretty much my wife volunteered us the last Fridays and Saturdays. We've been babysitting. Yep. We look like we have a daycare here, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm not going to tell him no if he wants to come over.
Well, it seems like we have our own daycare here, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay, right? So anyway, after the commercial break, we're going to kind of go into questions with my wife. We're going to talk a little bit, go more in depth about her journey and what was going on in her life, and just kind of go a little bit deeper. And hopefully her sharing her story is going to give you a word of encouragement, going to give you a word of inspiration. And not only that, honey, we got international speaker Ruben Torres. He's here in the studio with us. Can you believe that? This guy travels
all over the world.
He travels thousands of miles a year, speaking in Guam, speaking in Guadalajara, speaking in Mexico, speaking in Brazil. I mean, this guy speaks everywhere. And he's truly an inspiration to me because when I was starting off as a speaker almost 2 years ago, I met him on LinkedIn. And lo and behold, he was, sometimes people ain't so welcoming, but he was real welcoming, a brother in Christ, and just really kind of reached out to me on LinkedIn, and we became close friends. We actually met at Starbucks, had coffee a couple of times, and he has so much love in him that he's going to share his testimony of, he was in a coma. Can you believe it? I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in a coma, but Ruben Torres is an international speaker, and I guarantee you his story, his testimony is going to touch someone's heart out there. So we're going to break for a commercial break here, and we'll be right back. So we'll see you here in about a couple of minutes, San Antonio, South Texas, and everybody around the world.
Stay tuned.
Don't go away. When we come back, we're going to give away 2 tickets to our women's conference sponsored by Bride & Dental. We'll see you soon. All right, welcome back. We're back, honey.
We are back.
Yeah, so right now what we want to do is Bride & Dental is one of our big sponsors. They're our platinum sponsor. and they actually are going to give away 2 tickets right now, sponsored by them. So right now, comment below hashtag Women's Conference, and the first person to do that is going to get not 1 ticket, but 2 tickets to our Women's Conference here coming up on Saturday, October the 5th. So right now, comment below hashtag Women's Conference. That way you get your chance to win your set of tickets. Not 1, but you can take a friend, because we definitely want the more the merrier,
Yes.
because we're going to have 300 women, and if they want to take their husbands, 300 men and women there. So
300 people.
300 people, right? 300
Yes.
people. So comment right now below hashtag Women's Conference. So do that right now. So it's amazing. I'm excited. You know, I'm really excited. I'm excited for you. Look at you. You look so amazing today, and
Thank you.
I just can't wait to see how many women are going to be inspired and just really transformed during this Women's Conference. So
Thank you.
I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
And that way we can encourage our studio audience, right? So let me ask you this: How did you share the news of you being diagnosed with breast cancer?
Well, I told you, and you told our daughter. And it was really hard to tell our son.
Why was that?
He's a lot like me, very sentimental. And he had a lot of things going on that weekend, I remember. And I waited. I found out on Friday, and I waited until Sunday to tell him, because he was a senior in high school. He had a lot of things going on, and I didn't want to disturb his energy during that time. And then to our family and friends, it was just, my brother was amazing. I remember reaching out to my brother, and I told him, and coming from a large family, you don't want to have to repeat your story over and over again. I have 9 siblings, and calling each and every one of them was going to be exhausting, and then just the crying and the fear that we would hear in everyone. So I called my brother, and my brother did amazing, and I told him, and I said, I don't want to have to do this all over again.
So let me ask you this: Did it help you to, when you shared the news, did it help you kind of to relieve some of the pressure inside, the stress inside, just talking about it?
When I talked to my brother, yes. It did. Because
the reason I ask is because so many of us, so many women out there, and men, we hold this inside of us. And what happens is when you suppress these emotions, when you keep them in, it's not healthy. It causes just chaos in your immune system. It shuts down your immune system because it creates stress in your life.
yes.
And I say that because I'm so proud of you, because even though it was hard to do, and sometimes things are hard to do, but you have to release that anger. You have to release that depression. You have to release that fear. You have to talk to somebody. And I know I talk to a lot of people, and they say, well, I feel I can't trust somebody. But I want you to know there's somebody out there that you can trust. And there's somebody out there that you can reach out to. And I want to encourage you today, don't keep your emotions, your feelings locked up, because it's only going to lead to you suppressing your feelings, and then down the road, that may lead to bitterness, depression, frustration. So like my wife, it was really hard for her to reach out and share her news, but you need to do that. So let me ask you this: what would you do different about your journey? What would you do different about it?
I would share it more openly to help other people. At my work, I really didn't tell them until when I was pretty much almost done, which was the last surgery, which was in October. One of the major last surgeries, which was in October last year. I would have probably reached out and be more open. I'm more private. I don't like to, this is a lot, being out here in the open and just expressing and exposing who I am and like everything that I've gone through. But I think what I would have done differently is be more open about my situation. I was with my family, with my nieces, and I told them, you know, where I was at in my journey, and I always opened it up. Do you have questions? Because when you hear cancer, it's a very scary word if you're not familiar with what's behind it.
Well, I want you to know that you inspired more women, more people than you know. I know you just activated your Facebook here probably about a month ago or so, but I got so many messages or just going out there and, I do a lot of leadership development, corporate training throughout the city. And I hear people say, man, your wife is amazing. She inspires me. And I don't think you really understand how many women you're impacting out there throughout our city and even beyond that. And that goes for somebody watching right now. I want you to know that you have a purpose in life. You have a reason why you're here, why you're alive. And someone they're drowning in life right now. They're drowning in anxiety. They're drowning in depression. They're drowning in bills. They're drowning in heartbreak. They're drowning in something. And let me explain to you, you are their life jacket. You are their life jacket. Somebody watching right now, somebody needs you. Somebody needs you to inspire them. It may be your wife. It may be your husband. It may be your kids that need inspiration from you. It may be a father or mother, but somebody out there that they need to be inspired by someone, and that someone is you. And I say, the reality is sometimes I don't think that we ask ourselves, well, why do I want to do a Facebook Live, or why do I want to do a video? Does anybody really watch it or matter? And it's just humbling when I go and we eat. I think that last time we went and had lunch at a restaurant, I didn't even know who that guy was. He goes, man, your videos inspire me. And I had no idea who he was.
It's amazing. It's a great feeling.
You never know who's watching you in a good way that really wants just a reason to not give up. And you watching, you may be that reason, just the way you were. So keep doing what you're doing. What's next for Mari Gomez?
Just live life. Enjoy the baby. Enjoy us. Our son just moved out. Our daughter's been gone for 6 months, 7 months. I don't know. She's been gone for a while, but it's just the two of us and the dogs. And I'm just excited to see what God has in store for us moving forward. I want to continue to share my story, share my struggles, share my victories. And
so that means you're going to be speaking at the women's conference? That means you're going to do a solo, huh?
You just never know.
She gave me a hard time. She was like, Daniel, I'm not a speaker. I don't speak. And look at her. She's right here in front of thousands of people here in national Facebook.
Because I'm at home. I'm at home, so it's different.
Yeah, but it's getting broadcast all over the country, so it's pretty amazing. Look at that. So it just shows when you really step out of your comfort zone, look what God can do with your life.
Yeah.
If God can make penicillin out of mold, if God can make penicillin out of mold, what can he not do with your life? Look what he's doing with your life. You would have never imagined that.
Nope.
Right? So let's ask a fun question. So, what's the best dessert you've ever had?
The best dessert I've ever. Well, I love cheesecake.
Best dessert.
Can't even think. My niece makes the best chocolate mousse.
Chocolate mousse?
That is one of the best ones that I probably had. She made it for my birthday a couple of years ago, and it was amazing. Homemade chocolate mousse with some strawberries.
Are you giving a plug-in for Adriana?
Adriana, if you're watching, chocolate mousse.
Awesome. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take another quick commercial break. When we come back, international speaker Ruben Torres is going to be joining us. So we'll be here back in a couple of minutes. Honey,
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Antonio in South Texas and all our friends around the world. Daniel Gomez here with Daniel Gomez Inspires. And right with me here in the studio today, I got international speaker, Mr. Ruben Torres. Ruben, welcome to the show, sir. Man, it's such an honor to have you here, Ruben.
It's a blessing to be here, and just listening to your wife, Mari's, just her words. You know, people are out there looking for hope. You know, it's been said that man can live without water for 3 to 5 days, without food for 40 days. We can even live without oxygen for 3 to 5 minutes, but we can't live 1 second without hope. And I just want to thank Mari for just instilling that spark. October 5th is going to be the most amazing, incredible time to bring just a word of hope and encouragement and inspiration to women out there that are looking for purpose.
Yeah.
So, yep, awesome. Thank you, Mari.
And you know, it's like people perish when there's no purpose in their life.
Yep, absolutely. Without a vision, people perish.
Well, I want to say thank you for being on our show, first of all. I know I met you on LinkedIn, and we kind of would message each other every now and then, and just getting to know you, spending time with you at Starbucks, we've developed a great friendship and a great brotherhood. And man, you inspire me. And one thing I love about you is I want to share this, because so many times people come into a new industry, and of course I was a new speaker coming in as a professional speaker 2 years ago, and Ruben just welcomed me. And this guy travels all over the world. How many miles do you travel a year, brother? I mean, I said over 1,000, but it might be over 10,000, right?
Well, I mean, just for example, going to Australia it's on the other side of the world. You know, going to Europe, of course, you know, Central America, South America. So I mean, we log in. I guess my American Airlines account is maybe 250,000 miles
A year?
a year. Yeah.
A 250,000 miles a year.
Yeah,
Wow.
Of course, here domestically as well. So.
Well, let me ask you this. How did you become an inspirational speaker?
I remember growing up, summertime for us wasn't about swimming pools and going to summer camps, but it was about getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, because my daddy said, today you're going to go to work on the fields, you're going to pick cotton, pick up watermelons, green beans, and whatever it was. But when we were out in the fields, every day I'd make a little crate. And in that crate, I would say, you know, one day, I'm gonna be in front of millions of people, bringing the message of hope to the hopeless, and I'm gonna be a voice to the voiceless. So every day, I'd speak my dream. Not only did I speak my dream, but I began to believe my dream. And so I spoke my dream, I believed my dream, and one day I became my dream, and I walked into my God-given purpose and destiny because I spoke. You know, the Bible says that we have the power of death and life in our tongue. And you that are watching today, I want you to begin to speak life to you. You know, it may seem that your marriage or just you and just by yourself, you feel all alone. You're not alone. The enemy wants you to believe that you're alone, but you're never alone. God said He'll never forsake you. He'll never, leave you. So I want you to inspire, speak life to yourself, that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So that's how I became an inspirational speaker. I knew that I had something in me. God put that fire in me to just inspire people and give people hope.
Man, you're inspiring me right now. I feel wow. How did you know God called you into ministry?
There again, you know, as a child, I grew up in church. I basically was born in a church, in Assemblies of God church. My grandparents, my great-grandparents, they were all pillars in the church. And I just felt, you know, of course, they would pray over me. And as a little boy, I remember when I was 12 years old, I just felt that I didn't hear an audible voice, but in my spirit, I heard that you're going to travel and you're going to speak life. You're going to minister. You're going to speak my son, Jesus Christ, to the world. So right then, as 12 years old, that's when I knew that God had put a calling upon my life.
Well, I would say traveling over 250,000 miles, over 250,000 miles a year. You're somebody's hearing some voices from you, man. So I want to say thank you for being obedient. That's amazing, because most people, we're scared to step out of our comfort zone. We're scared. We stay in our little circle, in our little box, and we never experience life outside of that. And so many of us, we miss just so many great experiences in life because we're scared to cross that zone, because it's scary and there's fear involved. But I promise you, on the other side of that fear, once you take that step, there's an amazing blessing waiting for you and for your future. So don't be scared to get out of your comfort zone. Don't be scared to cross that line, because once you cross it, you're going to be like, what the heck was I worried about anyways? You laugh about it. There's some things that, like, I'm having my first automotive self-training workshop here Monday and Tuesday. I'm coming up here this next week.
Congratulations.
And I was like, man, those, no matter how positive you are, sometimes those mindsets creep in. It's like, who's going to come? And like, what do I charge? Brother, we sold over 100 tickets. Wow. Boom, just like that in 2 to 3 weeks.
Awesome.
And it's like, but I say this because how many of us have that opportunity, that blessing right here in front of us, but we don't take the action. And what I did is I took massive action, and the results that I got, the crazy thing about it, just it was here in front of me the whole time. It was just waiting for me to take action. And everybody has that misconception that knowledge is power. Knowledge isn't power. It's applying that knowledge, taking action every single day. Like you took action. You take action because you travel a lot. You travel over 250,000 miles a year. But by you taking action, you're bringing hope to the hopeless. That's amazing. That's amazing. So I know you have an amazing testimony. You were in a coma. So what was it like after coming out of that coma for you? Tell us about that.
Yeah, when I came out of the coma, I mean, obviously I was involved in a horrific motor vehicle accident. By the time I got airlifted to University Hospital, an amazing, incredible hospital here in San Antonio, Texas, the doctors, neurologists, neurosurgeons, they had suffered traumatic brain injury, and they didn't see no hope in me. So my mama said, "No, doctor, no entiendes. You don't understand. You see, my son, he brings hope to the hopeless, and he's a voice to the voiceless. And my son will live and not die, and he will declare the works of Almighty God." So I had brain surgery. I was in a coma for quite a while. And when I came to, I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I was. And I was at the mercy of the nurses to bathe me and clean me. I remember I was there alone. It was Christmas morning, 2:30 in the morning. And I said, "Lord, who's going to love me? I can't walk. I can't talk. Who's going to love me?" And I remember just that still small voice that says, "Ruben, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you. Thoughts to prosper you and not to harm you, and to give you hope and a future." And if there was ever a time I needed hope and a future, was then. So I began to speak life to my legs, to my voice, to my tongue, to speak again. And when I came out, it was tough because I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do right away. I was learning to talk. I would slur a lot. But not only that, I used to get horrendous migraine headaches.
So how long were you in a coma?
44 days.
44 days.
Yeah. Wow. So, and I had to learn, even when I came out, I had to learn things little by little, learn how to eat.
Really?
Pick up a fork and how to eat again, and just to be part of society again. And you that are out there, perhaps you haven't been in a coma for a while, but perhaps you're coming out of something, whether it's a broken marriage. You just heard. Sometimes when people hear cancer, it sounds like a death sentence for some people, and they shy away. They shun away from people instead of getting that tribe together. They kind of isolate themselves. And you that are don't isolate yourself. It doesn't matter what you face today. You have a tribe there that loves you and wants to be a part of you and to encourage you and inspire you to move on, because it's not a death sentence. I listen to Marty. It's not a death sentence. It's just God can take our mess and He can make it our message. He can take our test and make it a powerful testimony. And those things that we think are obstacles are actually opportunities so that we can bless somebody, encourage them, and inspire them to move on.
Wow, that's powerful right there. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
So we're in San Antonio in South Texas, and of course in San Antonio, there's nothing bigger here in San Antonio than, the Spurs is big, but tacos is a big thing here in San Antonio, Texas, right? So in case somebody sees you at Blanco Cafe or Roland Super Taco, what's your favorite taco, brother? That way somebody maybe will bless you with a taco out there.
Yeah, I love barbacoa and Big Red. You travel up north. People say, "Well, what's Big Red? Is that a mountain?
It's a gum, right?
Yeah, Big Red. Is that a gum?" But here in South Texas, everybody's. But honestly, my favorite taco is el taco de machacado. People wonder, "Well, what's machacado?" And it's just it's egg. It's carne bistec with pico de gallo and corn tortillas and el queso flameado. I mean, you eat that, man, I'm happy for a long time. It only has about 12,645 calories. but that taco, you'll be happy all day. El machacado. So you that are watching, machacado, absolutely, con tortilla de harina, no de maíz. So
harina, right?
Yeah,
you ain't gonna save no calories. You just all in. It's funny you say that because we went to Mama Margie's last night and my wife ordered a beef fajita taco with the corn tortilla. But she loves corn tortillas though. She loves corn tortillas. So.
No, I love corn tortillas. I used to my grandma and my mom used to make them homemade.
Yeah.
And when they would first come, recién salida when they would first come out, they're warm and bien blanditas. You just put that butter and it just melts
in their hand. Well, thank you so much for accompanying us today, Ruben.
Well,
thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you
Thank you everyone for watching this amazing show. Thank you for being here in our fourth episode of Finding Your Inner Beauty, the TV show. And we're going to continue to broadcast these shows for you because we want to bring hope to the hopeless here in San Antonio. We want to inspire those that need inspiration. We want to bring just courage to those that are walking in fear. And I want you to really consider, all you women out there, if you need a day of inspiration, a day of encouragement, a day of empowerment, go right now to Eventbrite and click right there. Our tickets are only $25. We didn't price them high because we do have corporate sponsors that help us to reduce our overhead costs. And for $25, you're going to get 8 amazing speakers, which this gentleman right here accompanying me, Ruben, is going to be one of the main speakers there. And he's going to speak a little bit in Spanish. So si hablas español, si vamos a tener alguien que habla español, este señor aquí, tremendo en eso. He's going to inspire you, encourage you. So we encourage you right now to get a ticket. Reserve your seats right now for you and for a friend. And I want to thank you once again for joining us. We'll see you next month here on Finding Your Inner Beauty, the TV show. Thank you for watching. You have an amazing weekend. God bless you. And Ruben, let's give him a wave goodbye. See you later, San Antonio.